Unsere Leben gehören nicht uns.
There are 6 stories.
Set in vastly different periods.
Vergangenheit und Gegenwart.
On one page, you'd go from 1851 to 1974 to 2036.
These completely individual stories have some amazing connection. It's such a feast for your imagination.
Erschaffen wir unsere Zukunft.
As each story evolves, you start to see how they all link, and that's incredibly exciting.
Wir sind mit der Morgenflut in See gestochen.
Adam Ewing is a young lawyer who works for his father-in-law. He witnesses a young Moriori slave being savagely whipped.
Which he knows is wrong and unjust. He just feels it within his body.
And is faced with this opportunity to help him.
Das ist vielleicht der größte Fehler meines Lebens, aber...
Danke, Mr. Ewing.
There's a momentum that builds up from these interlocking stories where the energy from one story is sort of feeding the next story.
Mein lieber Sixsmith, ich bin gefesselt vom Tagebuch eines 1849 sterbenden Anwalts.
So they slowly start to feel like one thing. The next story, we meet Robert Frobisher, an aspiring composer who wheedles his way into the life of a very famous composer of the time.
Was zwischen Vivian und mir geschah, übersteigt alle Worte.
Das ist sie. Die Musik aus meinem Traum.
Ich nenne es das Wolkenatlas-Sextett.
There's many barriers that are being broken with this movie. I'm playing 6 different characters. It will put a lot on people's minds when they leave.
Was machen Sie hier denn?
Louisa Ray is supposed to be, a classic mystery piece set in the 70s. It's operated like a film noir. She doesn't realize how tough she is, but through the journey she goes through, she realizes her own strength.
Sie wären jetzt auch schon tot, wenn ich sie umbringen wollte.
I think they'll love the action parts of it, and cinematically, the story keeps that all together and makes all those elements click.
I thought it was a brilliant script. You can't tell these stories in television. This is big cinema and very ambitious.
They're all gripping narratives, each and every one of them, and it's been great fun to do. Cavendish is a rather unsuccessful publisher.
Wo sind unsere Moneten?
Wenn ich keine 60.000 Pfund auftreiben kann, werde ich furchtbare Prügel beziehen.
Sagen Sie sollen es für mich auf Video aufzeichnen.
So he goes on the run, and his brother supposedly helps him out by finding a secure place. But it is so secure that he actually can't get out himself.
Ui, komm sofort zurück, du!
Lass deine Hände von mir, du! Oh! Ich bin Schwester No.
It's the most comedic, if you like, of all the stories.
Ist das hier etwa eins von diesen versauten SM-Hotels?
It has slapstick elements in it.
Cavendish!
Die Frage ist, alter Mann, haben Sie es immer noch drauf?
It becomes an escape movie.
They seem like they're telling different stories, but ultimately they come together.
Eintracht verlangt Kooperation.
To share a single theme.
Die Welt folgt einer naturgegebenen Ordnung, Duplikant.
Purebloods take advantage of fabricants and demand obedience.
Willkommen in Papa's Song.
Fabricants' lives at Papa's Song is miserable and inhumane, no better than slaves.
Ich weiß, du bist Sunmi 451.
Chang is very much making very conscious decisions, knowing that he can change the course of the future to come.
Wir müssen ihnen den Kampf ansagen und wenn nötig unseren Tod riskieren.
It's a pearl necklace for each one of us. Every one of them is connected somehow, and each one propels you onto what the next story is.
Sunmi.
Zachary is a goat herd, he's a shepherd. He views himself as a coward.
Zachary!
He is ashamed by the fact that he did nothing while he witnessed the murder of his nephew and his brother-in-law.
Geht's denn so, Zachary? Hast was gegen Gesellschaft?
Nee. Was willst du hier?
When the Prussians show up in the form of Miranim, the last thing he wants is have to put up with strangers. But it's through a connection with her that not only is his life changed forever, but so is the human race. This is going to have a scope that's bigger than anything I've ever seen. the breadth, the scope, the vast amount of time and space that the movie covers. That is going to be a slap in the head